The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good evening, everybody, and thank you for getting on board with us. My name's Peter Blash, and with me I have Lan Nguyen, and together we are the Success Business Accelerator, and we'll go into that in a little bit more. Just to kick things off, I'll just do a little bit of housekeeping. First off, can you hear me clearly, please? You've got a question box where you can type in questions. I've had a couple of people type in and say hello already. If you can type in and let me know you can hear me, that would be awesome. So just a little bit of feedback from everybody. Yes, clear, thank you. It's always good to know. I'm on a Mac and GoToWebinar aren't the best of friends at times. So it's good to know how we're all tracking. Alrighty, so if there are any issues with the audio, my suggestion is to disconnect anything that's connected to the internet. Whatever browser you use to get to GoToWebinar, you can now shut safely and the webinar will stay connected. Emails and that sort of thing, if you can put them on hold, that will improve your audio experience. And also, if the slides aren't moving, let me know and we'll sort that out. They will also be available as a PDF for people at the end of the webinar as well. So we'll make sure that we get everything to you. Brilliant. Thank you everybody for typing in. Brilliant. You can stop saying yes, yes, yes. I got it now. So if anything changes, let me know. So let's get on with this. Okay, first I'd like to introduce Lan to you. Lan is the founder of the Success Accounting Group. It's at a chartered accounting firm located down in Mentone. And in the space of 8 years, she's built a reputable charting accounting firm with offices and with 2 offices and a team of 6 professional accountants and support members. Lan's mission is to provide better advice to help her clients make smarter financial decisions today and also for a brighter future. Ultimately, her goal is to help 100,000 people achieve financial and time freedom through growing their business and accumulating wealth. Okay, so Lan, let me ask you before I introduce you any further, what do you believe is the biggest hurdle for the hundreds of business owners that you've already been assisting?
Thank you, Peter, for the introduction. And before I answer your question, I'd like to thank everyone for joining us in the webinar live today. I'm really excited to be here and with you for the next 45 minutes to help pull back any misunderstanding or demystify the numbers for you, so at least you know where your true financial position of your business is. And to answer your question, Peter, the main hurdle I believe the business owners see is that their difficulty in understanding the numbers and just having the time in the business to keep their books up to date. It leaves it too hard to do, so they leave it in a too hard basket, and they intend to ignore it completely. And then so they rely on their accountants to tell them what to do, but it's even better to learn it yourself and then approach your accountant to ask the right questions in terms of knowing the position of your business and your cash flow.
Right, okay, so brilliant. All right, so what we've got, so the bigger picture of what we've got going on is we're presenting, this is number 1 in a series of 5, and it's the 5 keys to business success. These are keys that Lan and I identified. I'm a business coach and have been working in the industry for 8 years and been a business owner for 32 years, oh my God. Okay, 32 years. It's getting on.
You've done it a while.
Done it for a while. Yeah. And so these are the main keys that we've noticed. It's the focus that we have, it's the numbers that we play, it's the strategies and the tactics that need to be employed, it's the growth of the business and the partners that we bring in. So the series is going to look at each of these keys, and tonight we're looking at the numbers within the business. And this for us is what the Business Accelerator Business Accelerator is all about. It's really been born from the client's needs and listening to those needs. So without going on for too much longer, I do have a quiz for everybody because I do love a quiz. So can I ask everybody, and I'm going to put a poll out for you, what is the major cause that results in business failure? Okay, let me ask you that question, and I'm going to post it out to you this way. Okay, so you would have got that slide. Have you got that on your screen now, Lan?
Yes, I can
Okay,
see. So
everybody.
inability to manage costs. Yeah.
Yeah. So if anyone
So
goes through and tick those boxes and then hit submit, and then we'll put the results together and then we'll talk about it. Okay. So I'm going to close the poll now and then do this and get the back on track. Okay.
so while Peter does that, a trend, small business news resource, Small Biz Trend, they say that only 40% of small business make a profit and 30% come out even, and the remaining 30% lose money. So that's not very good stats for our business in Australia.
Yeah, it is kind of shocking, isn't it, the results that come through in terms of the business. All right, so the keys to the webinar. Do you want to start it and then we'll give you the results, or do you want the results now? How do you want to play this, Lan?
Results. I would be interested in knowing the results. What everyone thinks. Yeah.
Okay, let's have a look. So this is what we've got back.
Inability to manage cost. Yeah.
Yep.
Very interesting. So no business plan and inexperienced management and insufficient capital. So really, if you add inability to manage costs and insufficient capital, that's really 2/3 is relating to financial or cash flow for the business.
Yeah, and there was a poll done by put out by the Bureau of Stats, and it also showed that insufficient marketing and failure to seek professional advice resulted in 25% of business failure as well.
Wow. So what that means is, you must really understand where your money is in your business, is coming from, where it's going to succeed. A lot of business start a business with the dream of making money, but don't have the skill or interest to manage their cash flow, taxes, expense, and other financial issues. So, but that, as you can see, that would lead to failure very quickly.
Yep.
So, next slide, if you may, Peter.
Yep.
Today, sorry, Peter.
Oh no, I just wanted to say, in part of the housekeeping also, that as you got a question, if anyone's got questions, by all means, type the questions in as we go. I'll let Lan know the questions are there and put them to her, and that some way it'll save us from missing out on anybody and skipping till the end. So please, everybody, as you have a question, type it in, and I'll bring it up for Lan to answer as we go along. Okay, sorry, Lan, back to you.
Thank you, Peter. Yeah, so I was just going to, address the 3 key points I want you to take away from tonight's webinar, and they are what is cloud accounting and the importance of it, the 3 key essential accounting reports that you need to know and understand to understand how profitable is your business, and cash flow buffer, how much you need and how to obtain it. So here we've got, why is cloud accounting the right solution? Well, the key benefits of cloud accounting is, running a business is not just at your office or desktop. It can be anywhere, anytime. And cloud accounting allows that. It allows automatic bank data, so coming through, so accurate data on a real-time basis every day. It allows automation. So what that means is automatic bank feeds means that you don't have to type manually in the descriptions amount, but it comes through as through your Xero accounting solution, and that saves time and money. It also Xero speaks to or integrates with 400 other apps. For example, we use Xero, but there are other accounting cloud solutions that are available, such as QuickBooks, but it integrates with your business banking and payment of invoice, even to super payroll as well, and quoting of jobs. The final thing that I really quite like about the cloud accounting is the visual reporting and dashboard. And while Peter puts on the next slide, here is an example of what you could pull up from Xero. That is a dashboard of your business performance. Quickly, if you're not a fan of numbers, then this will show you quickly how you're doing have a look at net profit on net percentage sales. You can see quickly that this business doesn't look very well. Okay, so you can see each month how you're tracking, and the bar graph quickly shows you how you're performing during the year. I'll go in more detail of what the ratios mean later on.
Yeah. So Lauren, can I just ask a question?
Sure.
Yeah, so you deal a lot with business startups and larger businesses. So what are they using as their accounting software? Mike online has given me an example of one that's called mytax.net. Can you recommend any other good cloud accounting reporting software that's around?
So obviously we use Xero, and I think majority of our clients use Xero because not so much only because it's the automation, but also, as I said, it has 400 apps that are designed to integrate with it. I don't know if any other software can have the same level of integration. And integration could be, for example, if you're a tradie, you need quotation. You need to book the jobs on the spot, and then once you type the details of the customer, it will flow through to your invoicing, and then once invoicing, it's recorded as a sale. Once you have a sale done, then it matches with your bank, the money. Yeah, so it's that whole process. You do the job once, and it's recorded throughout. So then when your accountant does your tax, you can see that sale pop through.
Right. Okay.
And that's,
Yeah. Oh, cool. Oh, well, that's fuzzy. Sorry about that.
So really now I'm going to touch base on 3 essential accounting reports demystified as today. So my goal today is really to simplify for you the reports that you should be reviewing or looking at to help you understand your financial position of the business. So remember, the only way to get accurate reporting is to have accurate data. That's why we suggest that you have, forget about the shoebox way of recording or even Excel, because you won't be able to obtain those reports in a press of a button. So that's why cloud accounting is recommended for business owners to use. So the first report that I'm going to look at is, if you could do the next slide, Peter.
Well, the next slide is me going to be doing this.
So while you
want to keep going.
Yes. So I'll talk about the age debtors and what it is before you do the quiz, if you may.
Yeah.
So an age debtor or accounts receivable report it shows your clients or customer balance owing to you, split over a month or 60 days or 90 days. That's what it is. So I think you can the quiz for our people.
Okay, so this is the quiz. So how often do you review your age debtors reports? So we've just got 10 seconds to get that one in, same as the other. Pick the answer that best suits. Give us an idea of where you're at. And when I've got everybody voting, okay, I think that's it. Brilliant. Okay, so that is done. Tell me when you want the results, Lan, and we'll bring them up for you.
Okay. I'll have the results, and I'll tell you the importance of reviewing the accounts receivable report, because, okay, I think we have quite a good attendees here. So 14%, 14% review it daily. Well done. Weekly, okay, 71%. Quarterly, 14%. So no one is not at all, which is I'm glad to hear. And annually, well, that's a bit leaving it too long. So you must be doing much better than the norm of the Australian businesses. I'll show you why it's so important. I had a new client who came to me, and first thing noticed was 2 years of books and tax return was not completed. So he was complaining about poor cash flow. So the first thing I did was pull up his accounts receivable report, and I saw there was about $50,000 worth of customers debt to collect that were overdue for more than 60 days. These are people that owe him money. he was giving free credit to the customers while he was paying interest on credit cards of 12% plus. So, you know, if you want more cash flow, look at your accounts receivable report and see, you know, who are your customers that haven't paid you, that are overdue more than 7 days, and you know, put action to it. Give them a call or even engage a professional debt collector so that they can help you collect the money.
Yeah, because ultimately the question I keep coming back to my clients is, what would you rather be busy doing? You know, busy doing the work that you do, or busy going around collecting the money that you've that's owed to you? Having a good system makes such a big difference in terms of, you know, the work and being the most effective in what you do.
Yeah, spot on. Yeah, and once you have that mindset, then you'll probably be choosing your customers, or, you know, giving credit checks before you, you know, give more work on for that client. So the next report that I want to cover is profit and loss. Now, accountants love this because we need it to do your tax return, but you might think, oh, what are these series of numbers and codes? Well, profit and loss is a way that you can determine how profitable you are. So if you can just look at the four things, so gross profit on the number is 573,800. Well, that's really what you're making, you know, your profit less your materials. For example, if you were a trade or manufacturing. If you were a service business, obviously your gross profit wouldn't, you know, you won't have any materials. And expenses would be, you know, your overheads of your business, and you have a long list there, and that could include your wages and salary and any rent for your premises. Then you have the net profit, which is, you know, that's really a good indication of your profit at that time. So if you look at the example on the case, it's 85,000. So this client had $1 million of revenue, but the profit is only 85,000, which is only 8%.
Oh, wow.
So a lot of people say.
Oh, sorry, go on.
No, I was going to say, a lot of people say, oh, you know, why do I not have 85,000 in the bank when I have a profit of 85,000?
Yeah.
Yeah, as a common question I come across. Does anyone know?
Yeah.
So just put your answers in.
What does business look like for you then, with those numbers running around?
Okay. So look, every business is different, so you can't say there's one set of numbers, but I would say a healthy business will have a 30% profit margin, because obviously you would want to then pay 30% for your, you know, as a business owner, and have some reserve for tax as well. So really tax can take a portion of that. So really, at least 20 to 30%. So this business is not doing so well.
Yeah. I've got a question here from Paul. It's
yes.
Peter, you're
Hello,
a business
Paul.
coach, and Lan, you're a financial professional. The question is, do you think a business can succeed with just one skill, or are they both equally important?
Okay, it's one skill. One skill, you mean business coach and financial? I believe if you have you know, you as a business owner, you need to wear many hats. You know, when I run my accounting practice, obviously I've got the accounting skill, but learning marketing and, you know, systemizing our businesses, hiring people, many skills that you need to operate as a successful business. So, yeah.
Because for me, I have a bookkeeper and I have an accountant. I don't do that work because there's so many specialist areas, and I personally believe that you outsource and you get the people in to do the work that needs to be done, so you can concentrate on the skills that you've learned. For you, Lan, it's about the accounting and the numbers within a person's business. For me, I want to make sure that they've got a business that has the right goals and strategies in place, and then it's all through the place, you know, to make sure that the right skills are brought in for the right people. So to answer your question, Paul, yeah, I believe that you need to outsource or to hire the skills necessary to do the things around the business so you can concentrate on your core business. Okay, Lan, back to you.
Next, yeah.
Next slide.
If you go to the, yeah, we'll talk about profit indicators.
Yep.
So a lot of people say, how do I increase my profit this year by 20%? Well, have a look at these three key KPIs. The main one is simple to look at is the middle one, the gross profit margin and the net profit margin. To work out that percentage, you saw the slide previously, gross profit is just simply revenue turnover over minus cost of goods sold. So if you take your gross profit divided by your revenue times 100% is you get your percentage. So 30%, or even 30 to 40% should be your gross profit margin. Net profit is the bottom figure minus your net expenses. So to answer your question, is my business running profitably? Everyone can just do that and have a look at their business after this webinar and see. If it's sitting at 30% or more, well done to you.
Yeah.
The others is just about sales and cost of goods sold, and the last one, expense as a percentage of revenue. So to make sure that you're not over spending too much and not generating enough revenue.
Yeah. Oh, cool. And to remind people, these slides are available, so if you want to get those formulas or know what to be talking about with your accountants or your bookkeepers, well, then they'll be available as well. And Gerald's make the comment, and thanks very much, that a business demands many skills. And that's so true, and even more so now that technology has taken such an active part in our life, that there's so many skills that you've just got to get people in there. So thanks very much for that, Gerald. Okay, back to you, Lan.
Thank you. So if you go to the next slide, Peter, I will talk about now to balance sheet. So this is how a simple balance sheet looks like. And really, a balance sheet is a snapshot of what your business owns, and what where the money's going. So the stuff you own and the liabilities is where your money is sitting at or is owing to. And equity at the bottom is what's left for you, the amount left after you deduct the liabilities you own from your assets. So the good thing about is looking at your balance sheet frequently is really knowing at a specific point in time the financial health of your business. And if your owner's equity is negative, well, that signify not very healthy. And if it's positive like this one, then it's looking very good. But again, each line can tell you more. So like cash, accounts receivable, inventory, etc.
Yeah. Rightio. Here's your favourite.
Yes. So how do I get more cash flow? Wow, do I not hear this question every day, 3 times a day? So I thought I'd cover this for you guys because do you understand how to get more cash flow, like that tap that's generating money there, US money? Then you need to understand what makes up cash flow. What is cash flow? So cash flow is made up of 5 components. Component number 1 is money in. Money in being that includes income, like your income you generated, the sales of assets and loans from the bank. Okay. Number 2 is money out. That obviously includes payment of expenses and cost of materials, cost of your wages for staff, and taxes, and so forth. The third thing is surplus or deficit. So a surplus is money out, like you have more money in than money out. So that's a surplus, and a deficit is the opposite. So more money out, less money in. Okay. Then you have the minimum balance. So the minimum balance is when you have the minimum balance or break-even point to cover all your overheads and running costs for that month. And finally, the cash buffer. Now, to have a cash buffer we recommend 3 months or 12 weeks of money to cover all money out, which is all money expenses. So, that way that it allows you flexibility. And the next slide, I will talk about why cash buffer is so important. A cash buffer for new business owners especially is so important, and even existing business, because it allows you to provide funds to grow the business quickly and smartly. It also allows you to do extra marketing and expanding into other states or markets to continue to be innovative and have a competitive edge. It allows you to prepay money that the owners, to fulfill your debt requirements. And it allows you to promote new products or service, because if you don't innovate, obviously your competitors will, and you lose your competitive edge. And finally, to build wealth. To build wealth so that you can achieve financial freedom or financial independence. So that's
and
just a few
really
ways.
The reason why that we're always in business for? Ultimately, that's what we're after, isn't it?
Exactly. So, people go into business initially to make money, but really the main reason is to one day, retire with a better future. So to understand the 5 components of what cash flow is, so then you can improve your cash flow in the business.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, cool. All right. So we've had a few questions. Does anyone else have questions as we're going along? Because we want to make sure that demystifying, and at the same time, it's really bringing to light the importance of understanding the numbers. Because with your experience, Lan, and then when I'm working with clients, it's the same experience. They don't understand how to read their sheets, or they don't even know the sheets that they need to be reading. And so to be able to have this sort of information that says, this is what you need to look at and this is what you need to read is just brilliant. It really just highlights the need to be successful.
Okay. Yeah. And I think then I just wanted to cover also what's the solution briefly of how to improve the cash flow now that we understand what makes up cash flow. So cash flow is obviously makes up those. So money in, so you'd obviously, one way is to increase money in. So that by, engaging a business coach to help you generate more sales or leads. Money out is to, reduce the money out going out. So you have to review your profit and loss of all the expenses and make sure each of the expense is valuable and useful in the business, and you would cut those that are not generating the sales that you want. The surplus or deficit, obviously increasing surplus and reducing deficit will increase your cash flow. Minimum balance and cash buffer, how do you increase cash buffer? Well, obviously if you increase the first 3, money in, reduce the money out, and increase the surplus, you increase the cash buffer. But sometimes you can also increase the cash buffer by just getting a overdraft, from the bank, or you can just reduce the break-even point, meaning that in order to, a break-even point is where where you start making the first dollar profit. So if your break-even point is, say, $1,000 a week, and you reduce it to $500 a week, then you only need to generate $600 and you make a $100 profit. So that's what we work a lot with our clients, to calculate the break-even point and then help them how to reduce the break-even point.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I've got a question here from Gerald, if I can. He says, source and application of fund statement.
Yes.
So comment about.
Don't quite understand. Yeah. Is that a question, Gerald, or is that a comment?
All right. I'll let you know when he's typed something in for us. So if you want to keep going.
Okay. Yeah. So really, if anyone, yeah. So really, that's the what I was planning to cover today. So to recap, we have covered cloud accounting and the benefits of using it right to obtain the 3 key reports, and the frequency of reviewing them is either daily or weekly, which our people are doing very well, which the majority are doing. I have demystified or tried to help to explain the 3 key essential accounting reports of age data reports, profit and loss, and balance sheet. I've also now the importance of the minimum 3 months cash buffer and what is cash flow, so that you can increase your cash flow in your business.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Okay. So that comment from Gerald was a question. So the source and application of funds statement. So you're the accountant. What does that mean?
Okay. Jerry, I might take it offline because I'm still not clear on your question. So if you want to email me that question, I'm happy to answer it more. We can get on the phone.
Yep. Okay. So then recap then, Lan. How can business owners who don't have an accounting background, which would be most of us, get further help with it for the numbers on their business?
That's an excellent question. Look, today, as I said, is only touch base on a couple of key reports. There's certainly more reports that you can look at, but really, obviously, you need to employ the right accountant. How do you know it's the right accountant that you should meet at least quarterly to sit with you and help understand those key reports and other numbers that will, trigger potential problems in the business, in our cash flow, and also once you overcome those problems, help you increase the profitability of your business. Where my practice is at Success Accounting Group, we use Xero, and we use the dashboard with all our quarterly meetings with our clients to identify the reasons why their profit is up or down, and addressing exactly the 3 reports that I've highlighted today. Tonight really is just a glimpse of what you can learn and improve in your business cash flow, and to help you ask the right questions to your accountant in your next meeting with them so that they can help you improve your profit in your business. And of course, once you're on top of your business financial position, only then I can help you with the wealth building and achieving financial independence.
Yeah, sweet. Okay. That's the advice you've given there is great, because it's just really bringing it down out of accounting terms and really allowing us to have a good idea of what's going on. I've got a question here from Brian. So having a 3-month buffer is an excellent idea, but when running a business that is growing, when there is spare cash available, it usually gets invested in more marketing or equipment, etc.
Exactly. Yes. So thank you, Brian, for asking that question. I think So Brian, look, it is hard for an existing business to always have a 3-month buffer, and people use credit cards, to cover that. But the main thing is, when in times of fat of the business, you should put aside 3 months away for a cash buffer. Don't spend it all. Putting the cash buffer used for marketing, and that is a good idea, because obviously that will generate more sales and more things. But you remember, having that buffer can help you, overcome times when maybe your staff goes on holiday for 1 month and you have to fill in staff. So just those emergencies. I'm happy to have a conversation with how you can, in more detail, because each business is different too. So in more detail in your personal situation, Brian.
Yep. Yeah, and we'll be sending out an email to everybody, so you'll get our email addresses, so you can continue to make contact with Lan to ask other questions as well. Di wants to know also what are the ballpark costs of an accounting service, and where are you located? And if you're not, and if she's not in Melbourne, can you still take on interstate clients? So, what are the costs, and do you work interstate? Is the question.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Yes, we do have interstate clients. We have Sydney clients, and because of the cloud technology, it's not a problem at all. As long as you have internet and you have Skype, we can help you. I think the last client I picked up was from Singapore. So yeah, so no problems at all. The cost, well, it really depends on your business. Yeah, so it's a hard one to answer without seeing it. So yeah, if you like, you can email me your details and we'll get in contact.
Yeah, no, that's great. Yeah, because that's a big question, because it depends on the business and so many other variables at the same time. Okay, so where we're at is we've been talking about the numbers within your business, and it is about the Success Business Accelerator, and what we've noticed as a financial strategist and a business strategist, and the common questions and the hurdles that our clients have faced, and it's come down to those 5 areas that we discussed. And so today we looked at the numbers, and it's really bringing it to a simpler context. We're also doing a live workshop on the 15th of March where we go into this in a little bit more detail, and then we're also got the implementation within the program involved in that as well. So while you're in the room, you actually get to get your computers out, open up your programs, and then Lan will take you through step by step the different reports and in more detail and at the level and the speed that you need to make sure that you really get it, because we want to make sure that, you know, this isn't a mystery game, that everything's there to be known within your business, and it's knowing the right questions to ask. Lan, I've just got a couple of more questions here for you if you can.
Yes, sure.
What is the cost of Xero? Is it free for the business owner?
Okay, so Xero works as a plan, a monthly plan, and it starts from $25 a month for a startup, which is only, so, you know, if you do your numbers, it's about $300 a year, but and the more you need it, like for example, if you want unlimited invoicing, it can go up to $50, but for the costs for it compared to the time saving, we find that you can generate, and the bookkeeping saving and the reports it generates, so you can help you with the financial decision, it's more than value. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, no, that's great. And Di's just asking where you're based. So Di, Lan is based in Mentone and Springvale, down in the, what part are you, southeastern part of Melbourne?
Yes, that's correct. Yep. Where are you based, Di?
Okay, I'll wait for it to come back and I'll give you that answer. Okay,
Thank you.
Lan, do you want to tell us a little bit more about the Success Business Accelerator before we move on to the next point?
Okay, so I believe today is very, if you enjoyed today and wanted to know more, I believe that in order to improve your profitability, you need to identify your break-even point first. So what is that point before you make the dollar profit? I worked with a client in the food pastry. His break-even point for the month was $82,000. And I said, well, you know, you have to generate $82,000 of sales before you even give $1 to yourself. It was so ridiculous. So we helped him and reduced it down to $75,000, even though and then reduce it further. So if your break-even point is halved, then you increase your profit by double. Okay. We also show you how to establish key performance system or indicators that will measure the efficiency and productivity of your key team members as well as product delivery. So what that means is that if you hire your team, make sure that they are profitable, generate more, at least 3 to 4 times of what their salary is. I use it for our team members, and they love it because they know what their targets are or what to achieve to get, to achieve bonuses, and they're doing really well. Also, we will, also show you all the apps, not all, but like some of the key apps that speak to Xero or your cloud accounting software that will make your life easier. And of a touch of a button, you can book a customer, take their deposit or money, and then generate invoice. The customer will see you as innovative and the leader of your industry.
Yeah, nice.
I will teach you how to crack the code and understand numbers without waiting for, alongside with your accountant, because sometimes the accountant only has an hour to help you, and there's so much he can help you. So you need to ask the right questions, to ask him or her so that they can better help you. So learning what questions to ask. And finally, we will put together a 12-month cash flow plan to strengthen the cash flow buffer for your business. So if you know what your money out is, then you need to know what your money in should be. And that is covered in the 12 months cash flow, so that you would then know how much buffer you need. So would it be, $10,000 for 3 months, or would it be $500? You need to know that. Yeah, that's some of the things that we will cover.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, so Di is over in Yarraville. So you two, I'll leave you two to connect. We'll leave it
Melbourne.
there for that, and then if you need
That's
to, you can
fine.
connect further. What we do have is on the 15th of March, we have an event that will start at 7:45 in the morning. We want to get in there nice and early so you can get in, learn some more about the numbers, and then have plenty of time to get back into the office. We'll be finishing around about 9:45, so 2 hours in the room and going through this in more detail, bring out the laptops, getting first-hand with Lan and asking the questions that you need, and she'll be able to just guide you through what we've talked about here in a whole lot more detail. I do have this to send to everybody. So I've just sent you a link to Eventbrite so you can book in for that. And if you use the promotional code, there's a 50% discount on the early bird. Now, after I finished all the slides and got everything looking really pretty, Lan then told me that to also make sure that we offer it to you guys because she wants to do something special for everybody who's made the effort to get onto the call today. She's offering a 15-minute strategy session for anyone who wants to email her. And email her, send her your best time, the date, and your phone number, and she will do a 15-minute strategy session with you, have a chat about the numbers, and go through what it is you need to break through into your business to understand the reports or to get further into creating the wealth that you know that's sitting there. Okay, so it'll be a great pleasure to be able to meet you all face-to-face. It's one thing to have your names here and to have the questions and interaction. It would also be great to see you face-to-face. So we've got the event coming up on the 15th of March. I'll also be sending out an email with the details on that at the conclusion of this webinar. Like I said, the promotion code is Success, and it's really getting into explaining the numbers a whole lot more. We'll encourage you to bring your laptops. We'll be Wi-Fi'd up. So if you've gotten a cloud program there, you can get in and learn it and make some adjustments. We'll have some stuff on the overheads to make sure that you can see everything that's going on. And then if you've got a business partner or somebody who's working in your business with you, bring them along as well, because the more people that get it or need to understand what's going on, the bigger difference it makes in the business, because then it frees you up to do the things that you do to bring the business in. And you don't have to be an accountant, but you really need to know the numbers. You need to know what reports you want to be looking at, and you want to know how to interpret the numbers so you can go to your accountant and then ask the right questions. And then when they're talking with you, you're on an equal footing and you're both working for the same conclusion and the same goal. And you're more proactive in the business, which is going to generate the profit that you're after. Have I missed anything, Lan? Or I got it all covered?
Oh, no. I think I know there's some that might not be in Melbourne, that could be in other states. So is there a chance that we will video this session?
I reckon there's a good chance that we will be having a video on. So we'll let you know the details of that, but there's a good chance if you're interstate, well then we'll video it, and then that'll be available at the conclusion, obviously, for you to have a look at. Alrighty, so I think we're coming close to our time. Is there anything that you need to cover off on, or have we got it all done now?
No, I just want to thank everyone for joining today, and I hope you enjoyed and learnt about the numbers. And you know, it is once you have the reports next, have a look at your reports and see, where are the hidden cash flow in your business? Look at the accounts receivable report, and then if you have queries, bring it in. Leave your details, and I'll have a look even in the 15-minute strategy session with you. That's all. Thank you, everyone.
Okay. And Paul, just saying thanks to you and myself, Lan. Short but informative, so that's great. And it was very deliberate to keep it to 45 minutes because it's getting on in the night, and we want to make sure you get the best out of the numbers without drilling down too deep. And that's why we'll do the numbers and go deep in the morning. So I really appreciate everybody who's been on the call. Thank you very much. And I hope you've got something out of it and has increased your understanding of what the questions you should be asking and the way you should be communicating with your accountant and working within your business. So on behalf of Lana and myself, I'd like to say thank you for your time and thanks for connecting. We will be in touch and send some emails out, and grab that link that we've put into the chat box there for you. You can get on and book that tonight, and that promotional code will get you 50% off the early bird price as well. So we really want to make sure that, you know, we fulfill the goal that Lana set for herself to work for and to see 100,000 businesses financially set, and that's what we're looking at. It's really getting behind the business owners and making sure that you're successful, because that's our business, and that's what our desire is. It's to make you successful, so then we become successful at the same time. So thank you, and good evening, everybody, and we'll talk to you all again very soon. Okay, thanks very much, Chris.
Thank you.
Brian, thank you very much. Gerald, thank you, and we'll talk
Thank you
again very shortly. Good night, everybody.